بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين. Welcome all. I hope you are doing great and safe. This is Akram Sulaiman, an IT lecturer in Management and Information Technology Department in Jubail Industrial College. This video is created in response to many requests from our beloved educators, either in Jubail Industrial College or in Jubail University College, and also from Jubail Technical Institute, on how to activate and use this awesome tool which is known as Collaborate Ultra. And part of MIT department contribution to our college and to our higher education sector, this video is created to help the educators and to activate and use this tool. We will have a very brief background overview about this tool. Then we will go into easy to follow step-by-step demonstration. And as you will see, it is very easy to set up and use this tool. But before we go, let me take this opportunity to thank Dr. Ala Al-Asiri, the General Manager of the General Education Department in Royal Commission of Jubail, as well as Dr. Khalid Al-Harbi, the Managing Director of Jubail Industrial College, and his deputy, Dr. Sarhan Al-Batti, as well as Dr. Saeed Al-Shahrani, the Chairman of Management and Information Technology Department, for providing us the tools that help us, the educators, to communicate and collaborate with our students. The topics on this video tutorial, as I said, a very brief overview about this tool, then about the technical requirement, then we will go directly to the demonstration. This tool is a built-in video conferencing and collaboration tool in a Blackboard. Built-in mean here that you don't need to install any extra software in your computer. It's already there in the Blackboard platform. The only thing you need is to activate it and then use it with your student, as we will see. This tool is used to create an online virtual classroom where you can communicate and collaborate with your student. And it's a very rich communication environment where you can share your desktop, share files, share a whiteboard while you are giving your virtual classroom, as we will see in our demo, inshallah. It is used by the instructor and students, and it is easy to set up and use, and it is a very famous tool, especially in higher education institution. These are the technical requirements. As you will see, they are very basics. You have to have a laptop or a PC computer. You should have a modern web browser, which most of our computers already they have. And here are two examples, Google Chrome and Microsoft Edge. I test that tool using this browser, and they are doing a good job. If you have any other browsers, I am not sure, but I believe it will work with any current version of web browser, but these are the recommended one. Of course, you have to have an internet connection plus a working microphone and speakers, or you can have or you can work in a headset if you want. So this was just a brief introduction about the tool. We will go inshallah directly to the demonstration, and we will see how it is easy to set up and use this awesome tool. See you there in the demonstration. Okay, let us start now our demo. First, you run your web browser. We want to go to the Blackboard. Normally we go through our college website, so I will write here www.gic.edu.sa, and you press enter. Of course, if you are in the university college, you go to University College. If you are in the Technical Institute, you go to the Technical Institute homepage. From there, surely you will find the link to the Blackboard. In our case, it's down here in GIC. So you click the Blackboard, you will end up with the Blackboard home screen, or sorry, the sign-in screen, where you put your username and password. So I will put mine and the password, and you click the login. In the home page, now we will choose the course. So you choose the course that you want to create a virtual classroom. If you don't see the list in this list, your course, for sure, if you go to the courses link here, it will show you all the courses where you are assigned as an instructor. In our demo, I will choose this course to create the virtual class. Normally what I do, I come to the menu here, I will add another menu item, and normally I call it virtual classrooms, and all my classrooms will be accessible from there. So how do we do this? You just go to the click sign here and you choose the tool link, and normally I give this as name virtual classrooms, and this is very important. The type you choose from the drop down list the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Okay, this is very important. Then you take this to make it available to your student and submit. Now all your future virtual classroom will be inside this link. So now when you click that one, since this is the first time you use this tool, you don't have any scheduled session. That's why it says no scheduled sessions. But you as an educator, you can create the virtual session. Either you click this button or that button. So I will click this one. Then you give a name for the virtual classroom. Normally I give the title of the topic that I will discuss. So let us assume we want to talk about chemistry basics. So normally I will write chemistry basics, and then normally we remove this tick mark because we don't want any guest access. I want only my student to access my virtual classroom, so you don't need to have this option enabled. Then from here you can choose the start date and the start time, and the end date and the end time. So I will keep it as it is now, so that it is a variable to show you how the student will access the virtual classroom. And then mostly we keep these as it is, but very important setting here, session setting, where you can specify what the student can share from their side. Normally I disable share the video. I don't want the student to share their video, but normally I enable share audio so that I can listen to them, plus I allow them to post chat messages. Normally I disable the ability of the student to draw in the whiteboard, unless you want them to do so, you keep that tick, but in our case we will remove this one. And then the other options, when you start using this tool, you will start to play with the other options, but for time being we just use the basic one. Then you click save. Now in this case you create the virtual classroom, and you have to communicate this to your student. Now there are two ways to communicate this to your student. First, you can send them an email, tell them that we have a virtual class on this day and at this time, or when they log on to their Blackboard, they will see this new item, virtual classroom, and when they click that one, they will see all the classroom, the virtual classroom that you created. So either way, the student should know that they have a virtual classroom. Now to show you how the screen looks like from the student perspective, what I will do, I will create another web browser window by duplicating this one. So let me do this one. Click here, right click, and duplicate. Of course, this is I am doing this to show you how you as educator you will see the screen, and how the student they will see the screen. So this tab will be for the educator, and this tab will be for the student. Now in the tab for the student, what I will do, I will click this one so that we can see how the student see your course page. So I will click this one to enter the student preview. So this is how the student, when they log on to your course, they will see this menu. Of course, they will see the one that you added, virtual classroom. And when they click this one, they will see the list of virtual classroom that you create. You see, this is the one that we just created, and it show them the date and the time. Okay, the start date and time, and the end date and time. Now from the educator point of view, if we go back and we go to the virtual classroom, sorry, I have to exit this one because this is the student view. I will exit this. I want this page to be for the educator, so I will click this one. Now this is how the educator look to his course, and this is how the student. You see, there is a difference. Now when I click as an educator, now I am in the educator. When you click the virtual classroom, again you will see the virtual classroom that you already established. But if you notice here and pay attention how this different than how the student will see. For example, here you as an educator, you have an option to create a session, but for the student they don't have this option. Now when the time comes of the virtual classroom, normally you log on to your account in Google, and you go to the virtual classroom and you click the virtual class that you want to start. So in this case I will click this one, then I will click the join session. So I will click this one. Automatically it will open a new tab in your browser, and the browser will prompt you, do you want this web page, which is the tool from Blackboard, to access your microphone? Of course you want your student to listen to you, so normally you have to click allow. Now you see, now I am joined to the virtual classroom, and I can see how many students they are logged on by clicking this one. This is a very important button. It's called the Collaborate panel. From here, when I click that one, you have many options. Here you can chat with your student. Here you can see the list of students who are attending the virtual class. Since I am the only one who is joining this virtual class, it shows my name only, which is the moderator. This is normally it is your name as an educator. But when the student they start joining the session, their names will be listed here as a participant, as we will see now. So let me go to the student, how the student react to the class virtual classroom. So when the time of the virtual classroom, as we said, the student will log on to his Blackboard account. He will go to the link of virtual classroom. He will see here the list of the virtual classroom that you as an educator created. So let us assume that this student, he want to join this classroom. He simply click that one from his own laptop and computer, and he will click this button, join the session. So when he click this button, again another tab in his computer will start. Again, of course, in his computer it will ask him whether he should allow the microphone. He should allow but in my case, because I am using the same browser, it didn't ask me that question because already I give that one. Now, as you can see, this is how the student look like, and he will see your name, that you are moderator and you are already logged on. But why he's not seeing anything? Because you, the educator, didn't show or didn't share anything to show to the student. So normally what we share with the student, you have three options. Either you share the whiteboard, as I will show you now, or the desktop of your computer, you want to show them something on your desktop, or you can share the files, for example PowerPoint or PDF file or some pictures. So let me show you how you do this. Now you as educator, during the virtual classroom, you have this, let's go, you so from now on when I click this one, this means that you are the educator. This is how you will interact with the Blackboard and the Collaborate Ultra tool, and this is how the student will see and how he will interact with the virtual classroom. So you as an educator, now you come here, let us assume you want to share a PowerPoint, or you share the file, or you share the whiteboard. So you come back to this button, it's called share content. You click that one, and here you have the options. For example, if you want to share a whiteboard and you want to explain them, you want to draw something, you want to write, you can click the share blank whiteboard. Once you click this option, look what will happen. You click that one, now you have a white board, it's empty of course, and when you can start drawing anything. Now the student back end, if we go back to this student preview, as you can see, now the student looking to what you will draw or what you will type on the whiteboard. So if we go back as a teacher, you can you have here many options. You can use the pencil, you can click that one, then you can choose the color that you want, then you can draw, or you just type whatever you want. Or if you want to draw some shapes, we have rectangle, ellipse, line, okay, and you can choose whatever you want. Anything you draw in the whiteboard and you speak to your student, they will see it in their back end. You see, they will see exactly what you are doing in the whiteboard. Now, one important point, you should click this icon of microphone. When it is a black like this means that they will not listen, they will not hear you. If you want your student to hear you, you have to click this one. You see now, this is this means when you talk, your student will listen to you. So, but I will turn it. Sorry, I will turn it off so that it will not make any echo. So please make sure that you click this one when you start explaining, so that your student, they can listen to you. Another thing, this is how you share the whiteboard, okay? And if we go back here, this is your control panel. From here you can see how many students they are joining the virtual classroom. For example, this is now participant 1. This is the preview, which is this one, the student. If I hover here, you see the name of the student, and it shows here in the black tab my name, but at the last preview user. This is how the this is the student, how the student will see your virtual classroom. So now you are the moderator, you are the educator, and here you will see the list of the student, 10, 20, 25, okay? Now if you want to share not the whiteboard, another for example a PDF file, you want to show them some PDF files, PowerPoint, some pictures, again we go back to that tab, and then you come here, share files. Now when you click that one, it asks you to add the file that you want to share. I have some files in this folder in my computer as an educator, so I will click that one. Of course, you can only add PowerPoint, PDF, and images. You cannot add here Word or Excel file. Okay, so when you click this one, it will ask you where do you want your file, where are there, you browse for your files. For example, in my case, I will share this file. Okay, it's a PDF file. Open. I want to show my student this PDF file. I want to explain something on that file. Also, I will add, so it already converted so that it is compatible with the Blackboard. Now I will add also a PowerPoint file. I will add this one. Again, I will add it and it will convert it to a format suitable for a Blackboard platform. Here you can add, as I said, PowerPoint file or PDF file or pictures. So for example, I will show you all the options. I will click here. I think I have a picture here. I will also add it to show you all the options. Now, once you add all your files, you can choose any file you want to share. For example, if I want to share the PDF file, you click that one, and then you click share now. It will list all the pages in your PDF file. For example, I will choose the first one. Now, automatically, all your students, they will see what you are sharing. So if we go back to the student preview, you see this is how the students see what you are showing them. Of course, the student, they can come here and they can make zoom out so that they can know what you, or they can easily see your file. So if we go back to the educator, if we go to the next page in PDF, for example, this one, for example, you click that one, you see this is your screen. If we go back to the student, you see automatically it will show them the page that you are sharing with them. And when you explain something on the, you can also annotate anything you want from this. This is how the educator, you can write anything, you know, and you can change the color, and the student, they will see what you are doing. Now there is another thing you can also, if we go back to the educator now, if we go back, I want to show you if you have a PowerPoint. So again, for example, this is the PowerPoint I have. I click that one and I say share. Now then it will list here all the slides. You choose the slide that you want to share with the student. For example, I will choose this slide. You see this is the slide that you choose. Automatically now if we go to the student tab, how the student look, they will see this one. You get the point. And when you start talking, they will hear you, and it will be an interactive session. So if we go back to the educator, I want to show you if you want to share them a picture. For example, here I have a picture. I click that picture and I click show now. You see this is the picture. I want to show it to my student. If we go to the student perspective, you see they will see this one in their computers. So it is an excellent tool. There are many options. If I go back to the educator now, there is another option for you. Suppose you want to share your desktop with the students. You want to do something on the desktop, and it's not files. You want to share your desktop to the student. So in this case, you go to the share application and screen, and from here you can choose your entire screen, and you choose it from here and you click the share. All of a sudden your desktop okay will be shown to the student here. Or I know some teachers and some educators, they want to work in a specific application, and I want to share only that application window, not the whole desktop. In this case, for example, I will open, for example, Excel file, for example, or the Excel program. I will open it. I want to show you how to share only the application window with the student. So, for example, I have this. I will open an empty blank, and let us assume we have here some sample data. Now, suppose you want to show the student only the Excel window, not the whole desktop. In this case, you go as an educator, and in this case, you will not choose your entire screen. You will go to the application window, and here it will list all the applications that are running in your computer. So I will choose the Excel from here. Then I click share. Now this means the student in their PC, they will see only the Excel. So when I start typing any number here, they will not see the desktop, they will see only the Excel application. So to show you, if I go back to the student, you see the student only see your application. If I come back here, I write a number here. If we go, you see the student. So as you type, if I take this a little bit here, let me see if I can take this one here and this one here. Let me come here. You see, this is now how the student in their laptop, and this is your application in your computer. So if I click here, if I write here any number, you see how the student, they will see what you are doing. And while you are doing whatever you are typing, they are in their side, they see what you are doing. So if I want to format these, for example, like this, you see, and you can explain how to write formula, how you want to do some demonstration. So this is how the student, they will see in their computers. I hope this is clear. So if I minimize this one, you see in my computer, they will see black screen. So if I open another application, for example, Notepad, they will not see it. Why? Because I select the Excel. So for the student, they will see only the Excel file. So if I go back again, you see it come back to the student. Now let me show, if I want to show, to share with them this application now, the new application. You go back, let me go back here, not to the student, but to the as an instructor. And in this case, I will go to the share. I think this is, yeah. Now stop sharing here. Then you go to share application and application window. As you can see now, I can select the Notepad, not the Excel, and then share. Now if we go to the student, you see now they will see only the new application, which is the Notepad. I hope this is clear from your side. When you finish, you can click the stop sharing the application, so you can share the whiteboard, or you can share your desktop or application, or if you want, you share the files that you uploaded and show it to the student. Now another option here, another feature of this very nice tool, suppose you want to ask your students some question, whether they know some certain topic or something, polling question. So what you do, you go to the again this tab, you click the polling, and you can choose either multiple choice or yes or no. So for example, I will ask them a yes or no question. So simply I will come here, then you can ask the student anything to know what they know about a topic, for example. So for example, have you ever take a chemistry course before, so that you have an idea sorry, then you click start. So once you click start, the student, they will see here a new icon. It will pop up and it will ask them this question, and the student who will be able to choose either yes or no, and from your side you will see the response. Let me show you how. But first, when you write that question, after you write the question, you click the start. Now you see, this is how you as an educator, you will now, when you will see once the student they start replying, you will see the result here automatically. So let us go to the student perspective. If we come back here again, you see this is how the student they will see your poll question. So for example, this student, let us say maybe he didn't take a course before in chemistry, so he will choose, you see, no. Then he close it here. If he want to change his opinion, of course he can click again here and he can choose another opinion, but let us assume now he choose no. So this student, he respond to your poll question. Now let us see how you will see from your side. If we go back, you see here it will show you the number of responses. Of course here we have only one student, but normally we have 20, 30 students, 40 students. So here it will show you the number of students who did not respond, and the number of students who respond with yes here, and here the number of students who respond with no. Now if you want to show the poll result to your student, you can click this button. When you click this button, what will happen? Your student, they will see the result of the poll question, but they cannot modify it anymore. Let me tell you what let me show you what I am meaning here. So if I want to show after I give a student, for example, 5 minutes or 1 minute time to respond, then I want to show the result to the student, I can click this one, show responses. Now this means the student, they will see the results. So if we go back to the tab of the student, this is how the your student will see the result of the poll result. Now as far as it is in this case and in this condition, they cannot change. So I am clicking, I cannot change. But if you as an educator, you click this hide response again, now they will not see the result, but still they will see the poll question again. Now they can change their response to that poll question if they want. So this is how you can get benefit of this very nice feature of Collaborate Ultra tool. Now you as an educator, once you finish from the poll question, you can click this one to end the polling. So now you have an idea about your student about a certain topic. Now another feature of this very nice tool is if we click here, you will see the list of the student, and as we said now, and in the chat session, you can chat with, if you want to communicate with your students, so you can click the everyone here and you can say any message to your student. So hi, for example, if you write hi there and you press enter, so all your students now, they will see your name and they will read the message that you sent. So if we go back to the student perspective and the student, he click this one, you see in this icon, he will see that there is one message, and if he click in everyone, he will see your name, that you are the one who sent that message. So if we go back to the educator again, for example, if you want to ask the student how is the topic, for example, sorry, of course you can change also, you can add some graphics if you want. You can click this one, okay, and sorry, for example, this icon and you press enter. Now let us see what the student they will see. You see the student, he will see your messages. Okay, and if the student, if you remember, when we create the virtual classroom, we keep the option that so that the student they can post chat. So in this case, the student themselves, if they have any question, they can come to this icon and they can write whatever they want, and you as an educator will see that, of course, also the other student. So hi teacher. So this is student now, he sent the message. So all the student and plus yourself, of course, as educator, if you go back to the educator, you will see the message of that student. So here for the messages, chat messages, here to show the list of the students, here where you can share whatever you want to show the student. So again, if I want to share the whiteboard, I click this one. You as an educator, you have this whiteboard. Now if you go to the student perspective, you see they will start seeing what you are sharing with the student. Now for you as an educator, let's go back to the educator. You have an option, and this is a very nice option of this tool, Collaborate Ultra. If you want to record the whole session of virtual classroom as a video, you can at the start, when you start your virtual classroom, you can come here and you click this button and you can click start recording. Once you click that button, it will start recording everything, all what you are saying or what you are typing, what you are sharing with the student, plus the messages and the post that you share it with the student and what the student reply, they will be recorded as a video, so that after the session finish, you can share that video with your student. So if I want to, and normally you have to do this at the beginning, okay? So let us assume now I start, or I just start this virtual class. So if I click start recording, you see it will tell you here, plus there is an icon here with a cam recorder, plus even the student, they will now notice that this session is recorded, so that they know that all their chats are recorded. Now let us assume the class is finished. So you can ask the student to exit the conversation or the virtual class. The student, they can simply close the tab here, but the best way is to go to this menu and they will choose leave session. So when I click this leave session now as a student, the Blackboard, they will ask them for a feedback how this experience. They can choose whatever reflect their own experience. For example, in my case, I will say it was excellent, and submit. And for the student, he end the session, so he can close the tab. Now from your as an educator, you will see that now, you see it will tell you that this user, which is the preview user, which is the student, he's left the session. Plus if we go to the attendees here, you see again it gives you here that he left that student. So as the student exiting the virtual machine, the virtual class, they will you will be noticing this in this area. After this, after all the students they quit the virtual class, it is your time now as an educator to exit. So again, in this case, you go again here, you can click stop recording now, and then you go and you click the leave session. Again, it asks you your experience, of course, excellent, and that you can close now the tab, and I will close this tab. I hope this brief video at least help you to start using this awesome tool. I really use it in my class and it was a very good experience for me. And last, I will show you after you finish, you can the Blackboard can give you a report who attend your class session, and plus if you ask it to be recorded, how you access the recording. I did this in one of my courses, so let me show you. If I go to the courses here, if I go, I think I did it for this course. Let me see, I think this course. You see, this is another of my course. I have here, I call it video conferencing. You know, at that, in our example, we call it virtual class. I am here typing virtual, video conferencing, but the name doesn't matter. So if I click that one, it shows me my virtual classroom. Of course, now what I am seeing here is a virtual classroom that will be conducted on 30th of April, March, which is I think next Monday. If you want to see the previous session that you conduct, you come here, filter, because by default it shows you all the future upcoming session. But if you want to see the previous session that you conduct, you click here and you click all the previous sessions. For example, I had a virtual classroom with my student and the title was Windows Registry. You can click this session. Of course, you cannot change because this is already ended. So when you don't need to come to here, you just click this icon, session option, and from the session option you can click the view reports. And in the view reports, you see I had 27 attendance. This was a testing session. So if you want to see who attend your session, the student I mean, you click the view report, and here it shows you, you see the student that they attend and the time they first joined, the time they the last time they left your class. Again, if we go number 2, I have here all the list. Now the nice thing here, you can export this, you can download this report as an Excel file. So let me show you how. If I click export to CSV, you see it start downloading the file. If I go here, show option, if I double click now this file, it will open it in Excel file, and I will have a complete report. You see, this is the report, the student who attend the session. So let me make it large. You can double click this column to see it. Let me just double click this column so that to make it wide. Now this is the name of the student. You see, Abdullah Turkey, Abdullah Amjad Nasser Badr, and the last one Thamir. Of course, the first student, it give you the join time for him and the left, what time he left the session. And the last student normally is the late one. So you have here a complete list of the student who attended your class, virtual classroom. For example, of course, including your name. This was my name, you see, Akram Faris. This was my name, and I was the moderator. Moderator means the educator, whereas the student are participants. They are the student. So I supposed to have 28 students. So this is 28, but but this mean only I supposed to have 27 students, but here it shows me that the last one is 28. But this is because my name is already included here, Akram, plus the first row is the heading row. So This means that I have 26 student attending. So this means that I have one student, he was absent. So I know who student attend the class and who not. I hope this video make it clear for you as an educator how to benefit from this fabulous job. By the way, I forget to tell you, let me close this one. Also, I recorded this session. If you want to, if I want to see the recording, I come here in your course, and then you click the recording. You see here, this was the recording. So if you want, you can click the options, and you can watch it now. It will open a new tab, and it will watch. You can watch the whole recording. If you want to share it with your student, you can copy the link and you share it with your students so that they can see the class, the virtual class that you conduct. So if you have some absent student, they can see what you have covered in the class. So really, it is a very useful tool for us as educator. I highly recommend all educators to learn it and start using it in their classroom. It is a very simple to set up and use. Maybe the first time it's challenging, but once you get used to that one, believe me, it will be very useful for you, and I am sure you will appreciate all its features. And thank you so much. Sorry, it maybe took a lot of time, but I feel that I have to cover all these simple things. I hope this is very useful for all of our educators. And thank you so much for watching, and see you later.